All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Let's go.
Now Wentz. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. On first down, it's Stafford. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, Stafford. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Stafford now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. To the air again, Stafford. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Travis Rudolph, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Wentz. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into.
And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off by Robert Alford, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
And as a defender, if you come with 2 interceptions in a game, that's pretty rare in the NFL. You might see one guy a weekend do that, but to have 2 in the first quarter, that's something you don't see all that often. I have a feeling they'll think twice. About throwing in his direction too often.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware, a ball may come your way.
And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
Hey, go here! Go.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give them a first down. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down. almost back to the drawing board.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Stafford looks to throw again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And they'll run it here. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. He was brought down by Devon Kennard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Robert Kindici able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. He's got his man on the crossing route. And down he'll go at the 25. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get...
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Fletcher Cox coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And Jeffrey's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy. Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A nice gain of 21 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
82.
Working from the gun, Wentz buying time to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. An Eagle first down there, Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Run.
From the red zone now, Wentz forced out to his left. Going left side here, and it's complete. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Now a handoff working right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They go play action here on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Stafford. Oh, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Wentz. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Wentz now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. And they'll go on the ground. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Come on now, let's go. Great 15, great 15.
From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to rifle one deep left side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Christian Jones, the one who picked it. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Robert Alford. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. They begin the drive with Johnson. He gets away from one. And out across midfield down to the 45. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Set, lady.
On first down, Stafford here. Escaping the pressure right. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Give him 30 yards there.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay,
I
good.
just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So that one will be accepted. So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down. From the gun, Stafford. He goes underneath to Abdullah. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And they'll run it here. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
And a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Throwing deep for Galladay. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. Probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it.
And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 47. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Wait a second, they did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking downfield for, and it's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain of 32 that time. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. From the gun, Stafford. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. The 2nd down run for Abdullah. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone,
and I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And that one results in 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Elsewhere, second half action at Heinz Field. And tack on some more points for the Steelers, extending their lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Wentz going to throw. Dancing to his left. And some space here. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And my goodness, another interception. Christian Jones, the one who picked it. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. That escapes the sack. Shakes off the sack. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Wentz. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
On 1st down, Wentz steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back up. And this is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Elliott now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And an encroachment penalty here will cost them 5 yards.
And it makes it so simple, doesn't it? An easy free 5 yards for the offense given to them by the defense.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Stafford now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Stafford on 1st down. And Jones has it over the middle. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now, anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously, a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Now Wentz. And he's got some space here. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. And he comes back with one complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Brian Poole. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
It's Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. After the interception, here's Stafford. Over the middle here to Rudolph. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Now Stafford. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. The shotgun snap for Stafford. He completes it to Bryant. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Now Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz being chased out left. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Ezekiel Ansah in there to get him for a loss of 5. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. To throw, it's Wentz. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Darius Slay with a pick.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they begin the drive with Abdullah. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. Stafford gives to Abdullah. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The Lions on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Play fake to Abdullah. It's Stafford. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Give them 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, Abdullah. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
They'll try to run it in with a ball. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. Stafford going to throw it. Underneath for Johnson. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's third and 18. They need something big. Back to throw. Stafford. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now fourth down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
So he remains perfect. 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they... get set to take over here. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
So a big play for the Eagles now as they'll go for 2. They'll set up a throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now a handoff. Johnson looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college and it happened in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Philly.
You